Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are. Today, we're looking at a full tutorial on how you can use Canva in 2023. Let's get straight into it because we've got a lot to cover off here. Let's start off in the top left-hand corner here. We've got the Canva logo. Underneath the logo here, you can see I'm using a free account. This is where you can swap between different accounts if you've got access to different accounts or you're a member of somebody's team. On the screen here, if you're ever unsure about where you are or what you're doing, click on the Canva logo and that's going to bring you back to this home screen. You've got some different options up here, different items and templates that you can see on here. And this menu down the left-hand side, you can show and hide that by clicking on this burger menu. So if for any reason you want to see a little bit more on your screen, you can hide that by clicking on the burger menu here. You can click on the home item here, and that's going to bring you back to this home page inside of Canva. Next, below that, we've got the templates option. Now, this is where you can go and find all the amazing templates that are created by people like myself and other template creators that work kind of with Canva on creating templates within inside Canva. So if you want to follow me, I'll put a link down below to mine. It's canva.com/better content creators. And also I'll show you some of my other templates later on during this tutorial. Once we've clicked on templates, we've got different business options here, whether it's presentations, whiteboards, websites, graphs, or planners. And then you've got things like your social media, your Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, all those posts are going to be there. And then you've got video, and you just scroll down, you can see, just click on the little arrow at the side, and that's going to expand these items for you here. If you do want to use brand templates, and I highly recommend using brand templates if you're creating regular content for yourself, setting yourself up as a business or as anything else like that, use brand templates, and that's going to allow you to come in here and put in your brand kit details. Now, I'm not covering off brand kits in this tutorial because I'm going through and using Canva for free users in this particular tutorial, Canva for beginners. If that's something you want to know more about in the brand kit, check out all the other videos I've got on my channel. I've done other videos around the brand kit and pro options. The thing is with Canva, it's always changing, always evolving, and there's always new features being added. So do make sure you click like and subscribe down below, and let's get back into Canva. We're going to jump back up to templates, and inside of templates, you've got all sorts of options here. You've got your different types of templates that it's going to recommend to you, whether that's Canva Docs. Brand new in there is Canva Docs. Really excited to see how that gets developed in 2023 and beyond. We've got Canva whiteboards, Instagram posts, Facebook posts, all your presentations, social media and videos. Now, I do want to have a quick mention here. If you're wanting to create video inside of Canva, and you can do that, there's so many advanced options in Canva to create video content. Make sure you start with a video template. That can be a blank page or a template that somebody else has created, but make sure you're starting with a video option because that's going to give you more options once you get through to the design side of things. We'll come on to a little bit more of that a little bit later on when we start looking at templates. Now, navigating our way back to the home page, the next thing I want to show you is projects. Projects is where we're going to organize all of our documents, and you can start project from within inside this folder, and this is where you organize all your folders. Canva have now given even free users unlimited folders. So if you've been using Canva free and you've been worried about getting organized because they only used to give you 2 folders, they now give you unlimited folders for you to organize your work. I tend to go around about a maximum of 3 or 4 deep, but you can get up to about 10 deep if you want to get down into that much detail and organize to that kind of level. But that's now something that's available to all users, is unlimited folders inside of Canva. There's a couple of different views that you can see here inside of projects. This is the list view, and up in the top right hand corner here, you can see here I can switch to grid view, and that's going to give me a slightly different view. So if yours looks slightly different, it could be that you're on list view or grid view, one of those two. Across the top here, under projects, we've got folders and we've got designs. Once you start uploading content like your own images, your video, your own audio, they're also going to have tabs across the top here. If we come over to folders, and this is a great place and how you can stay organized inside Canva, and that's by creating a folder that you're going to start your work in. If I come over and I click add new folder, and I'm going to call this new designs in progress, that folder comes up here. Now, if I click on this folder, I can actually now create a design from within inside that folder. So I can click create a design and I can choose whatever type of design I want to choose. If I want to choose an email header, I can type in a search here for an email header. If I'm looking for a YouTube thumbnail, I can come over and I can start a YouTube thumbnail. If you want to come over and you start with a custom size, you can start with a custom size. But we're going to come on to using templates and that side of things next. Just jumping back to the home page and then back into templates, there's one thing really helpful that I really want to show you that's so useful. And that is, if you find a template, say you're scrolling down here and you find a template and you're like, I really like that template. You'll notice if you hover over it, you've got a star item and you can star that, and that's going to save it to my starred items. And you'll see starred items has appeared over here. Also, when you're scrolling down and looking at templates, you'll also see that there are different people here. And these are the actual Canva creators that have created these templates. If you think, I really like the style of this person, if you click on their icon here, you can then go and you can now choose to follow them and also see all the other templates that that person's created. Click on any one of these templates. It's then going to come up and it's going to give you the option to customize this template. Or as I say, you can star the item here. So if this is an item you really like, you can click star. And then I'm going to come back to the home page and you'll be like, well, where are my starred items? Go back into projects, back to folders. You'll see you've got your starred items here. Now, a really handy tip is to actually star your starred item. So one of the really good things is when you star your starred items, when you come back to the home page, you've now got down the left hand side here, you've got this area here that shows up as starred items. If I click on that, that's going to show me all the items that I've starred. If you've got some favorite templates that you're wanting to use on a regular basis, whether that's from myself or any of the other content creators, you can come along and do that. If you want to check out my templates, it's a shameless plug, but I'm giving you some amazing free training here. Hopefully you're finding this useful. If you come over to canva.com/better content creators, you can actually follow myself here on Canva as well. I'm a Canva verified expert. Got a link to my website here. You can come along and you can click any of these. So if you think, oh, I really want to do some journal and planning, you can come down to this planner here and you can star all these items here. Now these are pro designs, these ones. If you hover over, you'll see the ones that have the crown. I've got a little pro item. You will need Canva Pro in order to be able to use those. Any of the ones that don't have the crown, like this Happy Thanksgiving, if you click star on that one, it's not got a crown. So I'm going to come back again to the home page. Again, this is how I navigate. Even though I've been using Canva for many, many years, this is exactly how I use Canva and how I show all beginners how to use Canva, because I find it's one of the most logical processes. Come over, click on starred, and now, because I'm only in a Canva free account, any pro designs that I've starred are not showing up because I can't use those. If I upgrade to Canva Pro, those starred items will then show up here again. Click on the starred item. If I want to use this one, I can just click on use this template directly from here. And that's going to then take me into Canva and allow me to start creating it and changing it. I've just clicked on the Canva icon up here to take me back to the home page. There's a couple more items on here that I want to show you. And that is over in the top right-hand corner here. We can choose to open the app if we've got the desktop app open or we've got the desktop app downloaded. You can click to open the app from within the website here. We've got all our account settings. So if there's something we want to change, marketing or email addresses, passwords, anything else like that, that's all inside your account settings here. We can also click on create a design here, and that's going to give us the same options that we saw earlier on, where you can start searching for the type of design that you want to create. Then we've got our icon, and then this is going to allow us to hover over this, and we can then click on our icon here, and we can then change and upload ourselves a new image if we want to. You can type in and choose to get help. Can choose to switch teams if you're part of a team. This is my free account that's part of another team account that I've got. And then you can also refer friends and create a team and also sign out if you need to for any reason. Another thing up in the top right-hand corner here is the option to upload your images. You can do it from here. There's some other places that I'm going to show you shortly where you can do that. But this is your upload options here, and you can choose to browse or you can drag and drop them on there. Let's click browse. Let's go to my travel pics, and you can just choose to upload any of the images you want. That was me in my van. This is a nice tree. And we can just click open, and that's going to then upload that in the background. And then I can either use it in a design or I can choose to edit this photo. If I click to edit this photo, it's going to be a slightly different window that pops up. Once you've got your image open, you'll be able to see you've got different effects. You've got background remover options. If you've got Canva Pro, that's how you can remove the background from images. You've got different filters. You can adjust the temperature, tint, brightness, contrast, all the kind of things that you might want to do. So if I wanted to make this image a little bit brighter, I can do. You can see it getting brighter there. It allows you to start playing about with those. You've also got the option, and this is a new option that's just been released, to auto adjust. So if I click auto adjust, you'll see it's going to change the highlights, shadows, whites, the vibrance, the brightness. As a beginner Canva user, if you're taking your own photography or anything else like that as well with your phone, and you're worried that the photo might not be quite right for your design that you're using in Canva, upload your designs and use this area first to enhance your videos, or you can do it with video as well, but you can enhance your images. Forgot the word there for a second. Come in here, upload your images, and then you're going to be able to use them in a design. So I can either save this, it's going to save it to the folders or the projects area, and then I'm going to be able to select that once I'm in a design, and you'll figure this out once I come there. The other option you can do, if it's the wrong size, you can also choose to crop this. So if you wanted it for Instagram and you wanted a 4:5 image, you can choose to create a crop of a 4:5 image. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to choose freeform and have the original. Now you can see if I untick auto adjust, it's going to take the image back to its normal state. Let's click auto adjust and then click save. Save to Canva. You can also choose to download it directly. So if you want to just quickly edit an image for Instagram, crop it, you can come in here, edit the image, and then download it straight away, send it to your phone or to your social media, however you want to normally upload to your social media. Once this is uploaded, you've got two versions. You've got the original version and then the edited version. If I want to rename this, I can just hover down here over the pencil, and then I can type in fall tree colors. Oops, if I can spell colors. Fall tree colors edited. And there we go. Now, if I want to, I can tick on this and I can move this to a different folder if I wanted to, or anything else like that. That's where you start editing and moving your images and getting a little bit more organized. If I now come back to the projects folder, you know, I said earlier on that once you start uploading images and that kind of thing, you've got a new tab here now. So I've got now my images tab, and I can come over and I can click on these. I've got this edited version, and I want to come in and I want to now use that in a design. You can do further adjustments, but I want to now use that in a design. It's going to open up that image as that size image. So you've not got to worry about getting the canvas the right size. Let's go back to the home page, find a template that we want to use and start editing that template, and how we can start editing that template text, colors, the fonts, and all the good things that we want to start creating in Canva. Back on the home page, I'm just going to come over to social media and I'm going to click on an Instagram square post. This is one of the most popular posts on Canva, is to create an Instagram square post. Now you'll see I've not clicked on a template to start there. And you might be thinking, if I wanted to start with a template, you can still find the templates here. You can still search up here for a particular template. If I wanted a New Year template, we've got all these amazing New Year templates. And again, as we scroll down, if you see Pro on any of them, they're Canva Pro options. And if I click on that, it's going to prompt me to upgrade to Canva Pro. Again, there's a 45-day trial of Canva Pro down in the description below or over on my website. The normal option is a 30-day trial. And I get to offer 45 days because I'm a Canva verified expert. So if this is the first time we're meeting, hi, I'm Darren. Hope you're enjoying this training so far and hopefully it's been useful for you. We're now going to have a look at actually editing and creating templates inside of Canva. We've got this blank Instagram template that's open right now. And what I wanted to show is just quickly show you how you can tell the difference between a static template and a video template. Back to the home page, and I'm going to click on videos, and I'm going to click Facebook video because it's a 1080 by 1080 as well. And that's going to open it up in a new tab again. And you'll see down below here, you'll see this play button. Now, this video isn't going to get into the video editing side of Canva. This is just Canva for beginners. Now, if you do want to create video using Canva, come in, click around all the options. There's so many different options in here. Over on my website, I've also got a course that's going to show you how to use video for Canva. All the amazing options in there. But if you're creating video, make sure you've got that play button at the bottom. But we're going to dive back into the other template and show you how you can start editing texts and fonts and colors, all the good things in Canva and where you can find all the amazing elements inside of Canva. Before we actually get into editing the templates, let me show you the options down the left-hand side of the page here. First off, we've got the design option or the design tab. Now this has recently changed in Canva and you'll see now we've got the option for templates, but we've also got the options to see the styles menu. If you click on that and you don't see it straight away, click try now. And this is going to give you different font styles, different color styles. So you've got different color palettes that you can use. You've got all these ones and you just click on them to apply them to your template. Also, you've got the templates option here. You can search in the templates here. And if you click on the filter options down here, you can choose by different colors or different languages if you're searching for a template in a different language. Next, we've got the elements tab. And this is where you're going to be able to find all your graphics, your shapes, your lines, your stars, your frames, your grids, all the good things, all the animation stickers, animated stickers, all the good things. Inside of here, you'll see that they are groups. I've got my recently used items at the top here. I've got lines and shapes, and I can click on see all. If it's not one of these shapes that I want to use, I can click see all, and it automatically takes me to the lines and shapes option. Now to use any of these, I just click on the actual item and that's going to add it to the canvas for me. Now this is a square, obviously. I can change this to a rectangle just by dragging and changing the sides. I can change the shape. So if I decided I didn't want a square, I wanted a circle or a triangle or a octagon, pentagon, or even a star shape, I can click on any of these and it's going to automatically change that for me. So you're never stuck with using just the one shape on a design. And then if I want to change the color, I can come over and change here. I can choose it from a brand kit if I've got brand kit set up. On the free option, you can choose up to 3 colors for your brand kit. I can choose these or I can choose any of these other options. If I want to choose a custom color, I can click on that document colors up here. And you'll see this one that's got like a rainbow kind of out on the outside. And again, I can change and move this around. And that's going to change all of that side of things. And then if I want to choose a different color, I can just click and drag around here, or I can click on the eyedropper and then pick from somewhere else on the page or on the photograph or anything else like that that I've got. On the next option, you can change the border weight and the border style and the corner rounding. So I can round the corners. So if I want to create a more wobbly kind of outline, I could do. I can choose to add a border to this. And if I change to add the border, you'll see that there's this new border color option that pops up. Just click on that. And again, that's going to give you the option to change and pick any of the colors that you want to pick inside of Canva. And if you want to choose and change a different one, you can add a new color and you can just drag around any of these options here. I'm just going to pick the yellow because that looks most delightful. You can add in text inside this box, change the fonts. We're going to come on to this menu a little bit more when we look at the actual fonts in a moment. Coming back to elements, you can see you can type in here anything you want to. I could type in here tree, and then that's going to give me the different options or different results for the different options that are available. We've got graphics, we've got photos, we've got videos, audio, and even a tree frame if we want to use that. Now, if I want to see more on the graphics, I can click see all on the side here, and that's going to then open up that panel to show me more trees and options that I've got in there. And you'll see some of these have Pro next to them. Those are Pro elements, and you'd have to pay a small fee when exporting. But the free options don't have the little crown or the Pro symbol as you hover over them. So if I wanted to add this one to the item here, I can just click that in. And if I want my trees in here, I can then come over, and with the element selected, not all elements can have the color changes, but I can come over here and I can then change the color by clicking on these two items up here. So if I wanted a pink and a purple tree, it's really hideous, Darren. Trees are not that color. So if I wanted to change the color, I could do. Or if you want to change the color, you could do on this particular element. We're going to come back and we're going to switch and we're going to type in tree again. You'll see that if I type in tree, you can come up and it has photos. Again, click see all, videos, audios, and frames. If you want to use a frame in Canva, it keeps a particular aspect ratio. You can just change that to wherever you want. And then this frame allows you to put inside it an image. Now I'm just dragging and dropping that over inside the frame. And I'm just, if I wanted to, I can just click on it. That's going to add it to the page. To add it inside the frame, just click and drag over. Once you're over anywhere, any part of the frame, you can then see it drops inside that frame. To adjust the image inside the frame, double click, and you can then move that image around inside the frame. Click away, and that's your frame and your image inside your frame. One more thing that I want to show you on the Elements tab, and that is when you're over here in the search bar, you've got this little item here, and that's a filter option. You can choose by the orientation, the animation, whether it's static or animated, or whether you want to show just cut out image. And you can also search by color. So if I wanted to find an orange tree, I'm sure they're awesome. There we go. Filters out by that color and allows me to see the trees and the color of the trees that I want. I can now put that one in here, and that one will allow me to edit the colors, whereas some of them don't have that option. You tend to find most of the graphic ones now will allow you to change the color. That's something that Canva are pushing more and more, is for the graphic or the elements of the graphics to be changeable. Now you will notice, keen eye among you, that sometimes when you click on an element, you have this option here called magic recommendations. And this is other elements similar to the one that you've clicked on that Canva thinks that you will find useful. So if you click on see all, it shows that you've got all these more kind of like outdoorsy kind of images that you can then start adding to your design. And you might want like a map or something like that. And they're normally kind of similar styles as to how they're actually drawn and things like that. Keep an eye out for magic recommendations, really useful to help you get a cohesive look throughout your design. Next, we've got the Uploads tab. Now, I'm not going to go into massive detail here, but you'll see on the Uploads tab where we uploaded our image earlier on, we've now got this image here. If we click on the three lines up here, we can see this is the one called Fall Tree Colors Edited, and you can search your uploads. So if I type in fall, you see this one also has fall in it. So if you named your file, you'll be able to narrow that search down and go from there. And if I want to add this to the design, again, it's in my uploads, click on it, it adds it to the canvas there. If I want to, I can click and drag it over. So if I wanted it inside of this frame, I can do that. Double click, move it around, all good stuff. You can also, if you want to upload your files, you can also upload, if you click on this, you can upload from your computer. If you click on the three dots at the side here, you can see you can upload from Facebook, Google Drive, Instagram, and Dropbox as well. If you're using one of those services to store your images or your images from your social media, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, you can click and connect those, and that's going to then be able to allow you to bring in your elements and your images to Canva for you to be able to use directly there. You can also in here choose to record yourself. I'm not going to get into details about this, but you click on that and that's going to then open up a window and you can then choose to record yourself. You can see I've got my Mac at the side of me so I can start recording myself. I can move this around, have a play about with it. It's really exciting. And then you can either choose to save and exit, and that's going to then add it to your upload section. I'm just going to exit out of the studio area because we don't want to record in there for this, but it's just to make you aware that that option is available in there. If we come down to the text options, we're going to see a whole host of different options here to be able to add text to your design. I'm going to click delete on this frame just to give us some more options. You see, you have to, first time I press delete, it deletes the image. Second time it deletes the frame. I'm going to put this item in the middle. We're going to come over and we're going to add some text, and I'm going to type in there, trees are awesome. I can just put this up here in the middle. If I want to change the font on this, I've just, as I say, I've just clicked on this. You can add subheading, body text, and you've also got different font combinations down here that Canva have predefined for you to use. They're really good to kind of get some idea as to how the different effects work. And we're going to come on to the different effects in a moment in the top panel up there. But here we've got our trees are awesome. Now we don't want to use this font. We want something a little bit different. If we click down here, we can then start looking and scrolling. Now you can scroll forever, and you'll see the ones with the crown. Those are pro fonts. Again, there's thousands and thousands of fonts available to use in Canva. Most of them are free. There are a lot of pro fonts, and that's just part of upgrading to Canva Pro. Again, I'm going to just remind you, 45-day trial down below in the description or over on my website, Better Content Creators. Do give that a try because there are some amazing Canva Pro options that I think you'll find very useful, and you'll soon start getting used to them. I jumped back into a free account recently, and I was amazed by some of the things that I use on a regular basis that were just missing. And one of those things is when we come to exporting our image, and I'm going to show you that in a few moments once we get to that stage. If we want to start searching, if you know the name of a particular font that you want to use, and I do have some font recommendations over on my website. If you want to have a look at different fonts, you can also have a look at different font options here. So if I wanted to have a look at the font that was used here, I can see that this one's called Brittany. Click on this and then type in Brittany. You can see, there you go. I've got that font. So that's how you can find out the font from a different template. I want to show you a really neat trick quickly. If you come over and you click over the template, you see these three dots at the side up here. If you click on those, you can click apply style, and that's going to then apply the style from that template to what the design that you've been creating. You can do this inside Canva, even inside the free Canva. I just find this mind-boggling as to how easy it is to design in Canva. Even as a beginner of Canva user, you're going to find some of these options, as you start using them more and more, you're going to find them so amazing to use, I promise you. Now, I know we're all getting really excited about fonts, so I'm going to jump back to fonts. This has changed it because we just changed it and applied that. If we wanted the Brittany one, we could do so, and we can change the font there. We can then change the font size, and I'm going to jump down to 20. Let's jump 36. There we go. Trees are awesome. Jump to 36. Now you can either click one of these. If I wanted 37, I can just type over 37, and that's going to make it 37. I can also use the plus and the minus arrows to do increments of font size by 1. I can change the font color by clicking on this little A with a little rainbow underneath it. I can change the font color, so I can choose a bright pink if I wanted to, or I can choose a green. And also any document colors that are already in the document, you'll see that's in this top panel up here. So if I wanted the gold color that I've got around the edge there, which we picked up from that other template a few moments ago, you'll see we can actually apply that color because this is the document colors that are already in there. If you're thinking like, oh, well, I want to use that yellow, you don't have to try and remember it. you can just pick it up from here. If you do want to know the hex code for this, you can click on the plus arrow here. It's going to give you the hex code here. So you can remember that hex code, write it down, save it off in a separate document. If you've got Canva Pro, save it to your brand kit. Amazing. Honestly, all the options that are available, and Canva changes so much. And that's why I love creating these tutorials to help you find out all the new updates that are coming. Just make sure you click subscribe down below, because there's a ton of updates that, as a Canva verified expert, I'm already beta testing, that I'm going to be able to show you in the next coming weeks. So make sure you click like and subscribe down below. Back to fonts. We've got alignment, so we can align to the left, align to the right, center, middle, backwards and forwards. You'll see this one, it kind of fills the box, so you didn't quite see that. So let me cycle through those again. Cycles to the left, cycles alignment justified. So if you've got more text, it's going to stretch it out to the edges normally. And then you can align to the right, then back to the middle. Next option is bullet list or numbered list, and then back to none of those. You've also got spacing options. So you can either choose letter spacing, so you can see the space between the letters is getting bigger and smaller. And if you put this back to 0, that's going to give you the normal spacing that is designed for that. Also, if you've got items on multiple levels, so if I just change this, and you can see this gets a little bit squished here. If I come over to line spacing, I can actually increase that if I wanted to. If I wanted to put them over the top of each other for any reason, I could do if the spacing was a bit too much. You do get that sometimes with fonts, the spacing is really big, but this one, I want it to be there. When you come over to text effects, you've got all these different effects like shadows, lift, hollow, splice. Have a play about with all these different options. I'm going to come back to normal, and then you can start curving your text as well. You can start curving that around, and that's where you can then start getting this kind of badge effect where you've got the text on the outside. And then you've got options to animate your fonts as well. So you can choose to drift, baselines. If you save this down as a JPEG or in PNG, you won't get that animation. But if you export this as a video, you'll get that one-page animation where you can see that if you're uploading it quickly to your social media, you'll be able to see the animations. When it comes to animation and video in Canva, that's not something that I'm covering off in detail in this tutorial. It's something that I cover off in bits of other tutorials, but I do have a full Canva training course over on my website. And for watching and sticking with me so far, I'm going to give you 10% off. So check out the description down below for the 10% discount code on that training course. We've now covered off text, and you can see here you've got all sorts of different options. So you can click on these font combinations, and you can see this is glow, and you can see the effect, and see the neon, and it's giving you the intensity, and it just gives you an idea of fonts combinations that you can create with Canva. Have a look down, and again, anything with the crown is a pro option. Most of these font options down here we'll see are free options though. The next tab we've got on here is projects. Now, we looked at the projects folder on the home page, and this is exactly the same. So under our projects folder, we've got our folders, designs and images, and we've got our designs, folders and images. Slightly different order, but they're all there. So if we want to look for our images, we can add our images. If we wanted something from a folder, let's say I wanted one of these templates, I can come over, I can click on a new page down the bottom here, and then I can start clicking whichever one of these I want to add onto here. I can then just add them on. I love this. I absolutely love it. If you want to add all 5 pages, I could do, but that's going to then overwrite the other page at the top. So I'm going to click undo. We're going to come back to our original. We can also click create a folder. If you wanted to create a folder, finished designs, click create a folder. You'll see this has got finished designs. If I come back here, you'll see it won't come up straight away, but if I go over to folders, you see it's not there. If I click refresh, it's going to then go back, find that folder. If I come over to my folders, it's now got finished designs here. Let's say we're happy with this design and we want to save that to a folder, to our finished designs folder. I'm going to come up to File, Save to Folder, Your Projects. and we're going to save that to finished designs and click save. Now that's saved it now to our finished designs. So if I come back, click refresh. Remember, if you don't see it straight away, click refresh, come back to folders, finished designs, and that design's now in our finished designs folder. This is a really good habit. As a beginner user, it's so easy to just create content and leave it in that one big massive folder. If you get used to doing file savers and saving it to a folder, you will save yourself so much time trying to find this in the future. Let's have a look. We've still got a few more options that I want to show you down this left-hand menu here. We've got photos. Now, when it comes to photos, there's all sorts of different photos. You can search by millions of photos, search by a theme. These are current trending themes, obviously. New Year, money, Christmas. You can search by adding a filter in there, again, by color. You might want a pink one that's square. You can click apply filters. You can see a lot of these are pro elements or pro images. So let's just clear all those filters. Next, I want to show you the Photos tab down the left-hand side and how you can find some of your images and then start editing your images and some of the more advanced options inside of there. So let's dive in and take a look. We've got the Photos tab. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Add a Page here. This is going to add a blank page. And then I'm going to click on Add a Photo. Once we've got our image selected, you'll see this Edit Image option come up at the top here. Let's click Edit Image. Now we can then come in here and we can adjust. You know, like we did before with the uploaded image, you've now got the brightness and all those elements there that you can apply to this image. You can also add shadows. If you've got Canva Pro, you can remove the background. And also you can come over here and you can click See Adjust here. And you can see all these options and change your image accordingly. You can also apply filters. You can apply it to a smart mockup. You've got shadows. So you can add a drop shadow to this image. Just click it, one click, apply, and you've added a drop shadow. You can also add all sorts of different filters and all these other different options. So if I want to click letter mosaic, let's choose this one. You'll see it's going to come up and ask me to connect to that. And I want to use that. So let's click use. Then I can choose from the different options here. And that's going to apply that style or that option to the image that I've got selected. You'll notice on some of these where it comes up with these little lines, that's just further adjustments that you can do. And you can change the number of columns to be more or less. So if I wanted less, I can do, and you can start seeing more of the words. You can start playing about with this. You can change the background color to be one that you like a little bit more, maybe. We're not done just yet. We've not exported an image yet. So let's come back to our design. You'll see down here, this is an area called apps. You might be thinking like, but how do I add video and music and that kind of thing? If you come down to the apps option here, you'll see the audio, video, background and charts are all under here. You've got text to image, which is a great fun thing to play about with. Come in, have a play about with that. You've also got things like being able to add emojis, connect to your YouTube, Bitmoji, you can draw in Canva. Come down and have a look. There's so many more different like little add-ons on here that you can play about with and start using in your designs. Let's have a look at how we can actually name and export our image from Canva. Once we're happy with the actual design, we can come up here just next to this where it says try Canva Pro, 45-day trial down below, don't forget. We can click in here, double click, and we can start typing over this. And it's called Trees Are Awesome. So trees are very awesome. That's what we want to call it. So let's have a look at getting this image on your template downloaded so you can now share this with your audience. If we come over to the share option up here, we can click on the download option. That's going to allow us to then download this as an MP4 because we've got multiple pages. We can download it as a video and it plays those pages back to back. If we've got animation in each of those pages, then that's great. However, that's something that I go into more detail on in my video editing course using Canva, but that's over on my website, 10% discount code down below. Don't want to get too distracted because we're nearly at the end. We can download this as a JPEG, PNG, PDS, SVG is for pro users only. PNG, we can, if we've got pro, we can do it with a transparent background. However, we can only do with the free account, we can only do it as download the page. And the same goes for PNG. You can only download the page. You can't change the size or the quality. Now, one of the other things that you might want to do is start scheduling your content out so it drips over time to your social media network. You can do that with Canva Pro. I do have the 45-day trial down below, and I know I've mentioned that a few times, but I do want to just reiterate one thing around Canva Pro. There are people out there saying that they offer a lifetime license to Canva Pro. That's not something that Canva offer. Canva do not offer a lifetime pro access account. You can only trial Canva Pro for 30 days on Canva's website or through someone like myself as a Canva verified expert. Hi, I'm Darren. I'm a Canva verified expert. Don't know if I've mentioned that in the rest of the training, but I'm a Canva verified expert. And that's why I get to offer you a 45-day trial down below in the description below. And that's it. That's it. I just want to make sure you stay safe out there. Enjoy creating content with Canva. And if you've got any questions at all on what you want to do with Canva, drop me a comment down below, or my social media handles are down below. And until next time, thank you very much. And bye for now. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end.